Hi there, my name is William, and I would just like to share with you some stories about my experience at the ice sailing regatta. I hope you enjoy them. I only found out about the regatta the afternoon before it started at about 4 p.m. So I dropped everything, rushed around, got my gear together, charged up my camera batteries, went online to get some race info and tried to plan a bit. Following morning, I got up early, drove about half an hour to the beach, got there 1.5 hours or so before the first skippers meeting, really not knowing what to expect, and I just started taking photos. Straight away I was welcomed by the skippers, so I relaxed and was generally happy with myself that I managed to organise myself on time. Well, I had to laugh at myself a little later when, talking to some of the skippers, I realised that they had also only found out about the race location the afternoon before. They had also loaded their gear, yachts and all, then driven a minimum of 8 hours through the night to get here. Well, it wasn't the last time that weekend I realised how serious, passionate and dedicated these people were. It was really impressive. Once the skippers had assembled their yachts, they sailed off to the start line about 2 to 3 kilometres away. I drove along the shore to get closer, then, feeling very alone, more than a little apprehensive, and thinking of thin ice videos on YouTube, I stepped out onto the ice to walk the last 500 metres to the start line. I could see the yachts in the distance and the skippers walking about, so I told myself to stop being such a big girl's blouse and get going. Bravery and confidence grew every step, and this lasted for about 5 minutes. Then there was a sudden cracking and crunching noise, the surface gave way, and water surrounded my boots. I froze, my heart made a desperate attempt to jump back to the shore, and I expected any second to go under the ice into the depths. After playing statues then for what seemed like an age, I slowly looked around and realised there was a layer of thin, crusty snow sitting on top about 1 centimetre of meltwater above the ice, which compressed every time I stepped on it. So no problem, I was safe. Next, using my considerable powers of observation and logical thinking, I studied the crowded shoreline to see if any spectators were laughing at me, the brave Laplander. Needless to say, I was more than delighted to accompany the stewards for the remaining journeys to and from the shore. Filming the race then had its challenges. It was dark, windy, cold, and the moisture kept misting up the lenses. As the race progressed, I got colder. Fingers and hands froze, making it more difficult to take pictures and catch the drone. Near the end of the second day, I was really chilly, but thought what a great adventure I was having, braving the conditions to get my story. I was soon brought back to reality when I looked at the skippers, standing around chatting, having a snack or preparing their yachts between races. Most of the time they were dressed in, and I quote, thin, streamlined cycling suits looking like sex objects. Shivering in my multiple layers and -40 boots, I asked them if they were cold. They replied, protecting my pride, that it was race adrenaline and constant activity to keep them warm. Well, all I can say is they do breed them tough here in Finland.
Your name again?
I'm still Timo Sivula.
At the end of the day, the skippers and stewards invited me back to the hotel for coffee and a chat. They were all super, made me feel welcome and told me all sorts of wonderful stories. I wish I'd recorded them now because they opened the door to a whole new world and it was really fantastic. Eventually Timo agreed to give me an interview, so now was my chance to shine and do my thing. So I went off, set up my camera, microphone, lights, and Timo came to sit down. Great. Turned on the camera and for the first time ever got a memory card error, so I couldn't film. No problem. I got out my phone, looked for an adapter to fix it to my tripod, and a piece of plastic broke off because it was so cold. Not a problem then. I would hold the phone, steady it by anchoring one elbow onto the top of the sofa, connected the mic, and we got started. Timo gave an excellent account of ice sailing history, and it was then that I realized the lapel mic was not working, which meant that Timo could hardly be heard above all the background noise. No problem, I had a second phone, so we did the interview with that phone on Timo's lap, which meant I was able to record him a little bit more clearly. Timo was very relaxed and patient, so in the end he gave a great interview. All's good and fun then. At the end of the day, life never stops teaching you if you're willing to learn. Thanks again to Timo for giving a great interview. A big thanks to the stewards, Vesa, for explaining everything to me and for giving me a handmade souvenir, and with Mikael for keeping me out of danger. And last but not least to all the skippers for allowing me to join them in this great adventure.